You know, I read a lot of comments on Facebook and YouTube of people saying, I could never buy X motorcycle because it doesn't come with cruise control. That's a deal breaker for me. Well, guess what? You might have to take that broken deal and glue it back together, because what I have in here is aftermarket cruise control that's plug and play. Yes, in this box is a aftermarket cruise control kit from Veridian Cruise. Now they make a cruise control kit for a bunch of different ride-by-wire motorcycles. Yes, they have to be ride-by-wire, all the way from like a Himalayan to a Transalp to my V-Strom 800DE. They even have like a Ducati Supersport in there in case you want to go around the track with cruise control on. Pretty cool. So if you have a ride-by-wire motorcycle, maybe go online and see if they have a kit for it. I know they're adding new ones all the time. The unboxing experience with this is, well, I mean, it's pretty simple. You open the box, there's a few wires inside, there's the ECU for the cruise control unit. That's pretty much it. And then you have some instructions. And the instructions for the DE were actually really good. It was just a YouTube video. Super easy. So let's get into that next. Installing this thing is technically plug and play, but you have to get to the plugs. And to get to the plugs on my motorcycle, I had to take a bunch of panels off and I had to remove the fuel tank, which is not actually a very big deal at all. I would say the whole installation took about 2.5 hours, and that was me like taking breaks and having lunch and stuff. So I would probably, give yourself an afternoon for this. So once you get all your panels and the tank off, you want to look for the throttle sensor wiring harness. You're going to unplug that one. You're going to plug it into the Veridian Cruise harness, and that goes basically series back into the ECU. So it just kind of does like a little loop. Then once you do that, you do have to tap a wire. The wire is going to be like on the start-stop brake switch. So I pulled that off, and he tells you in the instructions it's number 9. It's the red with black on my specific motorcycle. They basically supply you with a Scotch lock, which is just a fancy wire tapper. So you stick that in there, you tap it down, and then you have your brake signal wire going into your Veridian Cruise system. It's very simple. Took me like 5 minutes. Then after that, you want to wire your 3-button cruise controller onto your handlebar. Then you want to run the wire down, and it plugs into the Veridian Cruise harness. You can't mess up the wiring harnesses. They only plug into one specific plug each. So very simple. Then lastly, you need to run the long wire from the Veridian Cruise harness all the way to the back into your diagnostic port. Now I can't promise that this is going to be the same for all motorcycles, but at least this is what was on the 800DE. So that plugs into the diagnostic port so you can get, I think it's transmission and speed from it. And you need all this stuff for the cruise control to work. If any of this stuff is unplugged, your motorcycle will still work. It's just the cruise control won't. Once that's good, you can start putting all the panels back on because it's pre-programmed. It is plug and play. So once everything's plugged in, put all your panels back, put your tank back on, should be good to go. So here's me testing out the cruise control for the first time.
Surprisingly, I don't have any check engine lights on. They said that there's a potential that check engine light will come on, but nothing for me. So let's see if this thing works. Now I did have to move my lever a little bit. I had to move it probably almost an inch to the right. So I was a little concerned how that was going to feel. It doesn't seem to feel that different. Okay, there we are. I'm at 100 kilometers an hour. I'm going to press cruise. Hey, magic. I really like that it's like pre-programmed. You don't have to do anything. You literally just plug it in and magic happens. So now, if you tap the cruise control button once, you're going to go down. Looks like about 3 or 4 kilometers an hour is my guess. Then you tap up. She's going to go back up. Pretty straightforward. The middle button here is a cancel button. I don't know why you would ever need that button because you can cancel with your brake, either brake. It will also cancel if you go below or above a certain RPM threshold. I think there's a couple other ways as well, but yeah, it's a super safe system. The only downside is nothing to do with the Veridian cruise control system itself. It's the fact that I have two different speeds. I have my 800E speed that's telling me I'm doing 103, and then I have the actual GPS speed that's telling me I'm doing 96. I find that very annoying, but unfortunately that's par for the course for Japanese motorcycles. They all err on the side of slow, which I find very annoying because this is a brand new motorcycle and I cannot trust what this speed actually is. This is the correct speed. So I talked to Veridian Cruise and I was like, hey guys, like, can you put in a speed healer kit at the same time as the cruise control kit? Because to me that just makes sense to get everything fixed at once. All right, let's try 54 kilometer an hour cruise. Hey, look at that. I'm cruising at 49 kilometers an hour, actually. In case you want a slow speed cruise for whatever reason, you can do it. Now I'm gonna tap the brake pedal and off she goes. Just like that, as you'd expect.
Now, just to be transparent with you guys, Veridian Cruise did send me this unit for free. I actually reached out to them because I really wanted to make this video for you guys, but the reality is I don't have the money to keep buying all this stuff to make videos. So it's kind of cool once you get a little bit of subscribers, you know, people will reach out to you. But if I really want to make a video, sometimes I'll just reach out to them, and that's exactly what happened. I reached out, I said, hey, I want to make a video. They said, hey, we'll send you a kit. So they did, and that was pretty much the end of the conversation. So there's no funny business going on here. There's nothing I have to say. I don't even know if they're going to watch the video, to be honest with you, but I just thought I'd let you guys know that yes, I was sent this unit for free. So yeah, this is a aftermarket cruise control unit for your motorcycle. It does what it says on the kit. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's reliable. It's really not that hard to install. Just take a bit of time taking your panels off and make sure you're organized so you don't have missing parts at the end. I think the pros speak for itself. I don't really need to get into that. If you want cruise control on your motorcycle and they offer a kit for it, buy it. If you always wanted that Transalp and you were one of those people saying, hey, this is a deal breaker. Well, guess what? They make it for a Transalp, so you don't have that excuse anymore. Cons, really not that much. I think the quality of the kit is really high quality, but the one thing I would say could probably be redone is the 3-button switch. Feels a little bit cheap in my opinion. Yeah, I would say it's fine, it's adequate, but does feel a little bit cheaper than all the rest of the switches on my motorcycle. You know, if I was a consumer, I probably would have paid a little bit more to get better switches. That's just me. Cons also is that you're obviously not going to see the cruise control on your screen. This is sort of a blind cruise control. So when you press the button, you feel it kick in. It's good. You can use your speedometer on your GPS or on your bike to set it, but you're not going to get a visual confirmation from this, obviously. So that is my review of the Veridian Cruise Control Kit. Now, they were super nice, and they're offering you guys a coupon, so I'll leave a link below. If you want to head over to Veridian Cruise, use my coupon code LANDOCYCLE at checkout, you will receive 12% off. And I highly recommend doing that soon, because at least at the time of recording, these are in very high demand, and I believe they're handmade, so they're getting back ordered. So if you want one for this year's riding season, do it soon. See you guys.